front door
Wow.
while we were away.
I think I said, "Hey Phil, do you want to write some music?" And the next day, he had a CD with like 3 songs on it.
Yeah,
Great.
which was before I actually saw any of it. And so those were demos. I've reworked on them after that. And but Spaceteam being a shouting game, as you all know it, it's hard to fit a lot of music in the game. So we ended up using Hokuma for the main team, and then the waiting room song. So the other ones, I made a soundtrack that's available on internet to get, just because they're a fun song. But the song that worked the most out of that soundtrack is actually the little snippet that Sarah did.
The song.
It blows off all the sales from all the other songs. So sad about it. But then we made a Easter egg version of that song as well. At home one day, so that's part of the soundtrack as well. So you can hear Henry singing and I think whistling, and we're kind of playing.
He's a great whistler, Captain Spaceteam.
Yeah. What else?
Well, you can buy the soundtrack if you want it. In the app, there's a soundtrack link in the upgrades. Ooh, there you go. Look, Bandcamp.
There's some. Oh wow, thanks. Jamie, you are on the ball.
So yeah, you can get it from Bandcamp on iTunes.
Thank you.
It's linked in the app. The link works now. I fixed it.
Oh,
it was broken for a bit, but.
So Jamie, to answer your question, am I still acting as project manager for Labyrinth? I don't know when I said I was doing that, but it was probably a bit of an overstatement. Currently, I'm acting as project manager for this business that's happening right here. Yeah, this project.
Yeah, we've got
I'm in the middle of my PhD. I'm about to take a little bit of time off for this, but I'm like de facto project manager. Actually, something we wanted to talk about is what life is like as an indie developer. But before we get around to that, do you want to answer this question? Tell us how Teapot influenced Spaceteam. I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's Julian. Julian actually.
Hi, Julian.
Hi, it's my brother on the chat. One of my brothers. Julian actually did a skin for Spaceteam. Barkentine skin was created by him.
It's an excellent skin.
I think, I'm not sure why he's mentioning Teapot. I think this was a pen and paper role playing game I created back in high school in England.
Really?
Yeah. I had never actually played Dungeons and Dragons, I think, but I think I wanted to, or I wanted to create my own, stories and games, and so I invented my own world, and I think I seem to remember that Teapot stood for the planet of Dimendor.
Whoa!
It was like some kind of, I'm not sure, although.
So
I
direct
remember
influence on Spaceteam.
I remember very little about it, but it was one of my early games. I have actually made other games in the past. I made.
It's got a window into your mind. Henry.
Are we gonna play Teapot at board games night one day?
I think we have to.
Yeah, we have to.
It's been hyped.
I mean, it wasn't really a game. It was just like a scenario for like a campaign kind of thing. It was like I drew maps anyway. I don't think it influenced Spaceteam at all, but maybe Julian has some insight into this.
Well, now we've learned about the existence of Teapot. Thank you, Julian. I think that was worthwhile. Somebody asked how long it took you to develop the game. Maybe you could talk about that very briefly, and then we have to all say what our favorite food is. So everybody think about what your favorite food is, but Henry, why don't you talk about how long it took you to develop the game?
So the original game back in 2012, when I first released it, took about 3 months of solid full-time work, and I released it, and then I spent another month making some upgrades and adding to it, and then I traveled a lot, showing it off at festivals, and through 2013, and then there was a Kickstarter campaign. Many other things happened. Spaceteam took me on a lot of adventures. I made some of these side projects that we'll talk about, and then I decided to rebuild Spaceteam basically from scratch with new technology, with the Unity game engine. It wasn't made with Unity before, now it is. Partly to keep it alive because it was slowly losing support for some of the newer Android phones, and it was developing bugs that I couldn't fix. So partly to keep it alive, and also partly for me to learn Unity, and so I recently spent a long time, probably almost a year, learning Unity, but also rebuilding Spaceteam. It took a lot longer than I expected, but it was a valuable experience, and now it's pretty similar to the way it was before. As I said, it was missing Bluetooth for a long time. Bluetooth is finally back, and it also has an internet mode now, so you can play if you can't get Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, you can play on the internet. And so I'm finally happy with the state it's in.
Oh, I can play this like on the phone with somebody or something like that?
You can. It's more designed for situations where the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth is unreliable or they're not working for you, and so you can use the internet to sort of go around.
Sure.
But you can technically play it with people in other countries as long as you have some way of communicating with voice. Like if you're on Skype or you're on the phone with them as well. But it might be weird to be on the same phone. But I have heard reports of people playing in like Australia to USA, and it worked okay.
Can
It was a bit of lag.
Spaceteam together.
Yeah, so you can try that.
So we have a very important question. There are lots of good questions. But we
Well,
have a very
what's your
important
favorite
question about our favorite food. So my favorite food is... Oh wait, I forgot to think about it. Someone else start. David, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food is Texas Tangeritos, which were only available between 1990 and 1997.
Wow, that was really specific.
I thought about it.
It's pretty hipster.
Phil, we gotta make this a lightning round. Phil?
General Tao chicken's pretty good.
Yeah, you make a really good General Tao chicken. Christian?
Nothing beats poutine.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
So I have to go with the stereotypical
Yes, yeah, that's fine.
Montreal
Yeah,
answer.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Henry?
It's a toss up between chocolate and balsamic vinegar.
Lobster with black bean sauce.
Oh,
Fancy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I still don't know. I'm pregnant, and so all the food is great. I just want all the food. That's my answer.
Samosas.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Always
That's awesome.
Oh.
And so the same person asked a really interesting question about ESL work. So Karuk
Yes.
language, I don't know what language that is, but that sounds really interesting. So maybe we can really quickly talk to Jenica, who has come out to play Spaceteam with us, which is awesome. So Jenica did her master's research on Spaceteam ESL, so a ESL version of Spaceteam that was made a couple of years ago, last year? A couple years ago?
It was released last year.
Yeah, right. So
Yes.
do you want to just talk about that really briefly, like what you found looking at it? And...
Yeah, so if you don't know the ESL version, it's using actual words, not, the space gibberish that we have in Spaceteam.
Technobabble is what it is technically
Technobabble.
called, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Non-technical.
So they're words that students can actually practice with. So basically we wanted to see if by playing Spaceteam ESL, students could eventually improve their fluency, speaking more fluidly and faster, and if it also helped you decrease their anxiety in class. Because the problem that a lot of these students face, especially in Quebec, they get really anxious when they're trying to speak English, so they don't speak in class. So over 6 weeks, we had the game in class. We played for 10 to 15 minutes at the beginning of class to see if it would help them improve. So fluency, we don't really have many results because we had a bunch of challenges that we faced. There was a vacation in between, so we don't have any concrete results. But one of the students did tell us that he practiced speaking a lot more in that 15 minutes than he would the entire class.
Oh wow.
So, that was really good for him because he was normally very shy in class and he wouldn't be talking. So a lot of the feedback that we got from students is that it did decrease their anxiety, that they were really engaged in playing and they really enjoyed practicing with it. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
It was really fun as a master's project for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty great master's project. It was what discipline? You're from the English department?
Applied linguistics.
Applied linguistics. Yeah. Okay, that's very cool. So I don't know, user Furayav, if that answers some of your questions, but I'd love to hear what you're working on. Speaking of languages, there are some new languages coming. Spaceteam has been translated into lots of languages, which is a very cool thing.
Yeah, all the translations have been from the community volunteers. So if you want to translate Spaceteam into your language, then you can go to the forum, the Admirals Club forum, and there's a post there that explains the details. I can find that for you as well. There's 16 languages I think right now, including like Hebrew and Russian and Japanese and Hungarian, and there are 3 new languages coming very soon. I wanted to get version 2.5 out, but now I can finish integrating the 3 new languages. We have Finnish, Serbian, and Esperanto coming.
Esperanto.
That should be
Yes.
exciting.
Ooh. Yes.
So thank you so much to my translators, and they'll be coming in the next version. Probably
here's a
with
question.
bug
Someone was
fixes.
asking if you were alone coding Spaceteam.
Yeah.
I did all the programming myself for the iPhone version. Originally, it was just on iOS, and then it got ported to Android by another company. But with the new version, I've done all the coding myself, and it's cross-platform on both the iPhone and the Android version, because Unity, the tool I'm using, can spit out versions for both.
Morse code.
And Phil did the music, and I had help with the art from another friend who's not here, Jeremy, and Sarah did incidental vocals and many other support roles.
Oh, by the way, for Music Geek, I asked Henry because I couldn't remember, but the reference for the music was from a game called Star Control 2 that you were a big fan. So he asked me to do something.
Yeah, I wanted it to sound like the hyperspace music from Star Control 2 when you go into into hyperspace.
So try to see if it's similar. If I did a good job. One thing I didn't thought about when making the music actually was the multi-hap going at once, would create lag in music. So and we actually had the thing at PAX where a lot of people were playing at the same time, and the music would just get out of sync all the time, and so
it's an interesting challenge. We might explore that in a different way in the next game.
Yeah.
We have to. So pretty soon we have to go to another game.
Yeah.
French version.
French version. I think we should play the French version.
I'm in for that one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But we have maybe 3 minutes to answer one more question. I don't know. Did you want to talk about collaborations, or did you want to talk about your life as
he
a
says,
developer?
what's next after Spaceteam?
Oh yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah. Okay. So what's next after Spaceteam? So Spaceteam is coming to an end now after 4 years. It's had a really long run, and I'll still be fixing bugs and adding a few new languages here and there, some minor things. But I'm very excited to work on my new game, Blabberynth, which is, you can read about it on my blog. It's another cooperative game for mobile devices. You play with your friends in the same room, but there's less shouting than the Spaceteam.
You don't know. There could be shouting.
Well, maybe there'll be a bit of shouting. But, it's not going to be quite so time sensitive. There might be some timers in it at some points, but it's more about puzzle solving and thinking about things and sharing knowledge with your friends, because it is a puzzle solving treasure hunt in a mysterious labyrinth. So it's sort of like an escape room, if you've done those, like the real world escape rooms where you have to find clues and you all work together finding things, and there are lots of secret passages and hidden messages and codes that you have to decipher, and you might need 2 pieces or 4 pieces. Everyone needs to contribute, or maybe each of you will find one fragment of a treasure map, and then you have to put your devices together to see the whole map. So I'm experimenting with the same kind of social dynamic as Spaceteam, but with a lot of different sort of new experiments. In a couple of weeks I'll be working on Blabberynth full time again. But then we're also having a baby, so I might not have quite as much time as I have had in the past.
It's another multiplayer shouting game.
Having a baby, yeah.
Yeah, we've got lots of experience. So, do you want to quickly remind people about the tournament again? Should you say something about the tournament?
Sure.
And then we'll
The
set
tournament
up,
is active. There's a leaderboard that your scores will be recorded to, if you use the event code BuzzTime with a capital B,